Okay, now let us see how to dynamic. Here we have seen that the pointers can be created to the structures. So obviously, if you have, if like in this example, we have created an array of 5 books, but we utilized only for the 2 books. So this can be a time. This can be a memory wastage because structures can have a very large size. Okay, so suppose here we had a space of 5 structure variables, that is the space of suppose 750 bytes, and since we have used only for 2 elements, so we have used only 300 bytes out of this, so the remaining 450 bytes are wasted. So this is the problem of the static memory allocation. And the memory alloc this is the same problem that we have understood for the concept of normal variables. So the same value, same problem we are observing here in the user defined data type also. So what is the solution for this is this dynamic memory allocation. So let us see the concept of dynamic memory allocation. We know that dynamic memory allocation always returns an address. So in this case, if suppose this is the block that would be returned, so this is the base address that is going to be returned. So this would be the base address of the memory block that is going to be returned. And since this is a address, so a pointer variable that would be required to store this base address. Okay, so suppose we take this as a pointer variable, and suppose this has the own address as 2000. Okay, now we use the same malloc operation, okay, the malloc function to assign the memory to this particular block. Okay, so to particular this to assign a physical memory to this book. Okay, what we have done, we have assigned the size of book, the number of bytes that are required to store a book to the malloc. So suppose the size of this particular structure requires is 150 bytes. So 150 bytes of a block of memory would be returned, and it would be converted into a type of book. So this is a typecast. Okay, for this, if you don't know about the concept of dynamic memory allocation, you can watch my video over dynamic memory allocation in the playlist of pointers. Okay, so here what we can do, we have assigned this p, and suppose the memory allocated is from 1000. Okay, 1000 to 1150, because 150 bytes will be allocated. So suppose this is ampersand, so this is the address, that is 1000. So this 1000 is going to be assigned to this p. Now the scanning of the variables, the scanning of the member variables, we have done with the help of pointer. And here you can see that the dot operator has been used, and here you can see that ampersand p for integer and ampersand p for float has been used. While for accessing the strings, we can directly use p, because the strings input take directly the address, and p has the address. Now what do you mean by this p, this b name? So this means this block of 150 bytes is subdivided into the blocks that are given in the particular that are the member variables. So this first can be book ID. Okay, the second block, the sub block can be of the book name. The third sub block can be of author name. It can be n pages, and last can be price. Okay, so if you access p arrow b name, it means p is the base address, that is 1000. So starting from 1000, you access the sub block which has the b name. Okay, so b name has this block has the b name. So this b name would be accessed by this particular notation. Okay, so in this way, through arrow operator, we can access the member variables for input, and here we have done the output with the help of the member variable. The main and the important thing that you need to note here, that the memory, there is no normal variable has been declared of the type book, but here we have only created pointer for the book, and we have dynamically memory allocated on the basis of the need and during the runtime for this particular pointer p. Now, since this is a storage of only single book, okay, now there may be cases when dynamically we may require multiple books, storage of multiple books. So we need to create some arrays. We should be able to create array with the help of dynamic memory allocation. Okay, so we will see this example later. Okay, here in this example we have seen the passing structure. Okay, now we are seeing this example to how to pass the structure to the function by value. Since structure is also a some variable of the data type, so it can be passed to the function in two methods. Okay, either it can be passed through value, like we pass in normal integers characters to the functions, or it can be passed with the help of reference. So in the coming two examples, we will see how to pass the structure to the function and by value and by reference. So this is the common structure that we are holding on, and this is the type defined. Now here we have written the prototype declaration. Those who don't know about what are the basic constituents of the function should watch the videos of the functions before coming on this particular topic. Okay, so you can find those videos in the function playlist of my channel. Okay, so here 11 and 12, statement 11 and 12 are the prototype declaration of the function which take input of this variables of this fundamental data of this user defined data type, that is book. So here while deciding the prototype, we have given input that a variable of type book will be given as input, and here you can see that a variable of type book, a value of type book would be returned by this particular function. So we have seen the both of the concept. We will see both of the concepts, how to pass the value of the structure and how to return the value of the structure with the help of this example. So here we create a variable of type book b1. Okay, and then we call this function input books. Since this has only void, so it means no parameter would be passed here. Okay, there would be no parameter that is given to the function. Now as this call is take place, this the function goes to there. Since there is no parameter, nothing is going to be copied here. Okay, so this, since there are no actual parameter has been passed, so there would be no formal parameters that would be received. Here a variable of type book is created. Okay, now the values are taken input as a normal, and in the end this variable of the type book is returned. So this return type has to match this particular type of the return, so that is book. Okay, so that is the book that has been returned, and this book is going to get copied to this particular parameter, this particular argument of the main function, which is of type book. Okay, so the book that would be input in the form of p here. Okay, so this is suppose how the memory would happen. Okay, so suppose this is the memory of main. Okay, and as the call to the input books is created, a memory of input books is created. Here the p is created and p block is created. Now each of the values of these member variables in this particular block is copied to the b1 block in this memory. Okay, corresponding values. Okay, so the book id of the p corresponds to the b1 dot book id. Okay, b1 dot book id of the particular variable. So in this way it is copied. Now how to verify that whether it is copied or not? So we pass this book b1, okay, to the print book details. So as this happens, a book is created and this b1 is passed to the passed to the is this b1 is passed to the function print detail. Okay, in this print detail we have this p is created. So a copy of this B1 is created in this P, okay, and the single individual elements of the P gets printed with the help of these statements. You can see here we have used dot operator because this is the normal variable which has been passed. So what happens? The value of B1 gets copied to this particular variable P. So this is pass by value, and here you can see that this return gets copied to this book. Okay, this return gets copied to this book. Okay, so this return gets copied to this book. So this is return by value. Okay, so this is pass by value and return by value example. Okay, so I have not shown the output because this output is the same like this output of the dynamic memory allocation. Okay, so here now we will try to pass the structure variable with the reference. Okay, so here we are not going to pass the actual variable. Okay, we are not going to pass the actual variable, but we will only pass the addresses. And here we will also see how to pass the arrays to the array of the structures to the functions. Okay, so here you can see that we have the structure. It is the same structure. We have the data type, user defined data type created as book. Okay, now here these are the same two functions, but here you can see that we take the input books by passing a pointer of the type book. That is, we will pass the address of the book. Okay, so where we want to get the input. Okay, and then when the input would take place, it is going to be returned in a book pointer of the same type. Fine, and then we will try to print it, and in the printing we will pass an array. Okay, we are going to pass an array of pointers of the book data type. Okay, those who don't know about how to pass function by reference should watch my video on passing parameters by reference in the function playlist first. Okay, here there we if we want to pass pointer to the pointer of the array of pointers of the fundamental data type, we would have written like this. So instead of fundamental data type, here we have the user defined data type here. Okay, so here we are going to pass the array like this. So in this particular example, we have seen that how to pass the variables and arrays both, with the help of reference. We are going to see both the examples. So let us see here. We have taken from the user that how many books user want to enter. So we have space of 10 books. Okay, but we are going to ask from the user. Suppose user here enters only 2 books. Here the user has given the choice to enter 1 book. Okay, so n has been 1. Okay, so n goes to this one goes to n. Okay, now this loop is going to run only for one time. Fine. So it can run for n times. For the sake of easy logic, I have given you for the one run of the book. Okay. So here you can see that this I would be 0. So this is input books P0. Okay, so since this is address pointer, okay, this is array of pointer, it means it is an array which has the base addresses of multiple structures. Okay, of multiple structure variables. That is, suppose these are the addresses. Currently these are not been allocated, but this is the P, and this is P0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. And each of the place in this particular array of the book pointer is going to hold an address to a particular structure variable. Okay, and as soon as some address is allocated to this block, the base address of this block needs to be pointed to this particular variable. Okay, so what we have done, we have passed this particular element. So we have passed this particular element to the function, and this function is this. So this pointer holds this function. Okay, the this member variable, this variable of the, oh, sorry, this element of the array is received by this pointer p. Okay, now we have allocated a memory and assigned to this p. Okay, so suppose this memory is allocated at the base address 1000. Okay, so this base address 1000, now this 1000 will be input in p. Okay, and this values are taken input in p, and in the end this p is returned. And since p is a pointer, because we converted into the book pointer, so this would be a book pointer to return, and this pointer would be captured in this pointer variable. So this 1000 which is allocated to this p, this 1000 which is allocated to this p is returned with the help of this p, and this is converted into book pointer, and then this book pointer is assigned to pi. So currently pi is 0, so this 1000 will get stored here, and this is the base address of this particular block. Suppose we have run this program or for multiple times, so what will happen? Suppose when this program run again, a memory of 2000 is allocated. Okay, so 2000 memory, suppose this, so 2000 is going to be stored in this particular element, and this particular element is of the array of pointers of the type book, is going to point to the data of this particular book. And now what are these memory blocks? These memory are blocks are book 1, this is book 2, okay, this is book 3, and so on. Okay, so each of the members of the array of pointers is going to point a memory block of a particular book. Now this is the concept of array of pointers of book, and we have also seen here how to pass the particular variable address, how to pass address of a pass the parameter by reference in the form of a address, and how to return also an address to a particular book block. Okay, then here we will see in the next function, we will see that how to print all the books together, because we have all the books stored, addresses of the all blocks of the books stored in this array. So if we pass the pointer array, okay, array of pointers to the, this is what, array of pointers, okay, array of pointers and pointers to book. Okay, so this is stored in p because the name of the array is p. So p is its base address also. So we have passed this. Suppose this address of the p is 7000. So what we have passed, this array, this starts from 7000. Okay, so we have passed this 7000 to here, and it would same work like the array pi. Okay, and since this is a pointer variable accessing the member variable from pointer, so we are going to use the arrow operator instead of dot operator, and the same we have to do with the this particular while taking input also. Here you can denote that we also require this n, because this function needs to know that how many books have been input. So that is why this is going to print the table of the books that are taken in, that have been taken input in with this function. Okay, so here you can see that this particular program has many concepts together. That is the dynamic memory allocation. It has dynamic memory allocation, which is in the line number 25. Memory allocation to every block is has been done, okay, individually. Every time a call to this input function is taken, a new block of memory is created for a particular book. Okay, so dynamic memory allocation is there, and there is pass value by pass parameter. Okay, so parameter by reference. Okay, so this is only for single variable. Okay, and we have also seen here pass parameters by reference, pass parameters by reference and for array. Okay, so this concept is also there while printing the book list. Okay, so what you have to remember is the particular syntax that is going to be used for the particular purpose. So if you want to pass array of the pointers, you have to use this particular syntax to pass, and this particular syntax to catch the value of the address of the array of pointers. Okay, and if you want to only catch array of a particular catch the address of a particular book. Okay, so this can be done with the help of a simple pointer. Okay, so this is the difference that you have to note, that this is going to catch only single address, okay, of block book. Okay, and it is going to catch array of addresses of blocks of books. Okay, so this complete, when you want to pass this complete array, you have to use this particular notation. And if you only was to pass a single individual element, then you have to use this particular syntax. Okay, so this is the way how to pass a structure to a function by reference, and also the concept of dynamic memory allocation, and also the passing array of addresses or array of pointers to structures, okay, to a function. This is the output that has been seen. Okay, so this is nothing but p0. Okay, so this is p0. The p0 is pointing to a block, and these are the contents of the block. P0 is pointing to a block, and these are the contents of the block. So you can access directly like this: p0 block book id is going to print this particular value. Okay,